Cool. Check. What's good? Mikey T, the movie star, up in here. What is poppin', everybody? Appreciate y'all watching this video, whether you're watching live or you're watching on demand. You know who I am. I'm the host, Mikey T, the movie star. We got a few things we got to talk about tonight. I got a couple topics, man. I'm going to be real with you. We got 3 topics tonight. We have a lot to get into, so I really don't want to waste much time, and I want to get into it right now, you guys, because Trick has put out a response. That's right, you guys. Trick has put out an official response to the claims made by Wack 100 just yesterday. So I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all. Definitely appreciate everybody for tapping in. You know who I am. I'm your host, Mikey T, the movie star. When you come in this chat, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that chat. Let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. Also, if you want to let me know what you're smoking on, that's cool as well. Right now, I'm rolling up some of this, a little bit of this Irish Cannonball right now, getting a little bit of that. If you want to know the percentage, that's what it is as well, just so y'all know what I'm on tonight. So Trick actually made a major response to Wack 100. We're going to be going over Trick's response to Wack 100 tonight. Also, Big U's response to Wack 100. That's right. 2 of the people that were involved in this alleged incident. Apparently, money owed to Trick. Apparently, it was Wack and Big U at a airport terminal running into Future. Trick had a response to it that I'm going to go over right now. Trick said, WTF, question mark, hypothesis, question mark, hypothesis, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. Man, I swear at least once a week I wake up to a good ass laugh on these bullshit social media platforms. The real world is beautiful, people. The real world is a beautiful place, people. You should try it sometimes. The real world is a beautiful place. Okay, right there. Right there. Okay, ethered. Wack 100 just got ethered by like 2 sentences, because Wack 100 doesn't live in the real world. He has a very creative imagination and he explores it on Clubhouse. He explores it on TikTok. Who lives in the real world? The one who lives in the real world gave him a real response. And now we're going to get into it about how no one believes you ran down on anyone in the airport terminal. He should have put a yawning emoji. Like, I'm tired. I'm yawning. Even if it did happen, if it happened, Trick would have responded. Big facts, 100 emoji. These dudes don't know what they're talking about at Wack 100, because Trick is a G and he doesn't really care about any rapper's feelings. So again, if the story was true, it would have been confirmed. It would have been confirmed by the thousands of people in the terminal that day that are rap fans, that listen to music. Like, yo, I was in the airport that day at 11:52 a.m. when he was chasing him and I saw him running. It would have been confirmed by someone in the airport looking to make a name. Wack is not lying. This really happened. Nope. Nobody is saying that, because Wack 100 has a creative imagination. Much love, Baltimore, on the tap in. Much love to Detroit on the tap in. If you're just coming in, hit that like button. Make sure you share this video one time and let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. So, another question in my mind, and probably many others' minds. What up, Dallas? Yeah, that's right. Cap 100. Another question I'm sure is in many people's minds. Is Future going to respond to this? Hell no. You think Future is on the same level as Wack 100? Why would he respond to that? Simple answer, definitely not. Future is going to leave this alone. Act like it didn't happen because it didn't happen. Why would he refute something that never occurred in the first place? It's not worth a response. With all these cell phone cameras, nobody recorded it. Are you kidding me? If it happened, it would have been on World Star Hip Hop. World Star! Go search Future in the World Star Hip Hop tabs. Did it happen? Nope. It's not there. Does TMZ have it? Why didn't you reach out to TMZ with that one? What happened? It never occurred to you, Wack, that maybe TMZ wants this footage of you running down on Future in Terminal 5? Nope, because it never happened. But anything, right? Anything to go viral. I'll make up a story. I ran down on Mikey T in the middle of Bridgeport, Connecticut while he was buying sneakers. Oh shit! That's a crazy story. One, where's the footage? Two, what sneaker store? What was he buying? What day was it? I'm going to that sneaker store and I'm offering $5K, $5,000 for his footage. I can't stand Mikey T, and I'm going to leak the audio. I'm going to leak the visual. Pay the owner the $5,000. What does he care? He doesn't know me. He doesn't know Mikey T. He likes money, though. Let me go get the owner, and it's as easy as that. That's someone's cap. You know what I mean? And that's how you verify. Wack 100, he does a lot of talking. He does a lot of walking. Marathon walking, which means it's a lot of bullshit. So yeah, what is there really to respond to in Future's case? You know what I mean? What is there really to respond to in Future's case? Future's like, I'm making hits. The man's name is Wack. How do you go from Cash Jones? You know what I mean? How do you go from Cash Jones, which honestly, that's also a corny ass name, a cornball name. How do you go from that to Wack 100? What the hell made you change your name like that? Like, why? You should have stuck with Cash Jones at least. When something is whack, bro, like Hassan Campbell wears Team Jordans. Them shits are whack. Whack is used to describe things that are corny. Why would you name yourself that? It's beyond me. You know what I mean? Why would you name yourself that, man? I really just don't get it. I really just don't get it. Is this like reverse psychology? Is whack supposed to mean fresh? Why don't you name yourself Fresh 100? Let me guess. Let me guess how original. The 100 stands for how you keep it 100. But you know what, man? A whack person can't keep it 100. How is a whack person supposed to keep it 100 when they literally they have whack in their name? You know, it doesn't matter what your opinion is. You're whack. Nobody is going to believe you. Like your name says it all. Who's going to want to work with somebody that calls themselves Wack 100? The name is hurting you more than it's helping you. And let's just leave it at that. You stood stuck with Cash Jones. People would have taken you a little bit more serious. He is just using his real name and he put Cash in front of it. The dude is about his money. That's what they would have said. So Wack 100 is pretty much saying he ran around Future. That's what he's saying. No Jumper posted it up. Wack 100 said him and Big U chase Future through LAX, trying to get the money that Future owed Trick. So Wack said Future owed Trick some money. So me, Trick, and Big U was real close at the time, right? Hey, Future owed bro some money. All right, Trick is in Detroit. Now, zero in on that right there, you guys. Future owes Trick money. That's great, right? I'm just trying to figure out how Wack 100 gets involved. That sounds like a personal problem. But go ahead, Mr. Extortion Gang, Wack 100. I'm just trying to figure out how he got involved. You know what I mean? But anybody, feel free to fill me in on the fuckery. Wack said, me and Big U was on a red eye flight to ATL. We coming through LAX. All right. We coming through LAX. Okay, so I had that misunderstood. I thought they were actually running into Future in Atlanta, but it turns out, reading it from the post on No Jumper, hearing it here from Wax, he said, we on a red flight to ATL. We coming through LAX. We coming through the security, putting our bag through and things. And who do we see on the other side? Future and the girl with the football player, his baby mama. We see Future and Sierra. I say, bro, is that who I think it is? He look. I say, you take the bitch, I'll take him. So he's literally saying to Big U, you take the bitch. And I just thought that was some of the most scumbag shit I ever heard. I'm like, wow. Wow. You take Sierra? That's what you say to Big U? And he says, I'll take him? Wow. Did you guys hear? I'm going to repeat what Wack 100 just said to Big U when he saw Future. You take the bitch, I'll take him. Why don't you take the bitch, Wack? Why don't you take the bitch? Is the $1,000,000 question. Maybe because you have no game. Maybe you're more concerned with extorting somebody than getting some buns. Let's just call it how it is. Sierra. You're acting like Sierra. You're acting like she's not hot or something. I Can't Leave Him Alone. I think that's the record she did. I'd have her singing me that song. You'd rather have Future saying Molly Percocets. Wack, I ain't giving you shit. Wack, eat a dick. Molly Percocets. Remix. That's what you want. You want Future to sing to you while Big U is with Sierra. I've been knowing you was kind of suspect. You're always around guys. Look how these guys dress. He just learned to, Wack 100 just learned to dress last week. The guy just learned how to dress like last week. And you can tell that Wack isn't like Hassan Campbell. You know what I mean? They actually told him, like, yo, Wack, you got to step your wardrobe game up. Like, yo, Wack, you got to start dressing flyer. You're always wearing sweatsuits. Wack, you've got to step it up. But anyways, you take the bitch, I'll take him. That's where we're at with this. Wack said, I say, hey, homie, you got the money for Trick? He takes off running. I'm chasing the dude on the dead homies through the Delta, and he runs into the terminal. So he says, I'm chasing Future through the Delta. I'm chasing Future through the Delta, and Future is running through the Delta terminal. You're full of shit. Fuck this whole story. This story is deaded ASAP. You know what I'm saying? This is LAX, one of the biggest airports, swamped with security. You're not allowed to run You're not allowed to run in the airport. Do you think of lies and make up these stories? Don't you ever try to make them believable? If anybody, I mean a grown ass man, anybody, Future and Wack running through the terminal, they would have been arrested. What's the problem? What are you running from? Is there a threat? TSA would have been on both of their asses. So please shut up. Just shut up. Little kids can't even run in the airport. What is wrong with you? Miss, are those your children? They're not allowed to run in here. Check your children, miss. Kids. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, miss. She's only 5 years old. I don't care. Control your kids. You're not allowed to run in the airport. It is not permitted. You might get a fine or arrested for doing that. You ran down on someone in an airport terminal? Holy fuck. When is your Walt Disney book coming out? This is some good ass storytelling. All right, if he said the passenger pickup area, maybe. Even if he said the food courts. Come on. If you really, I might have believed it, but you really think anyone is buying this? You're the only one flying out of airports. You're acting like I ain't never been to the ATL airport or the LAX. I'm just a YouTuber. You think I never been to the Atlanta airport? You got to be real with yourself, Wack. You got to be real with yourself. The stuff you say, it sounds so cool. And the people on Clubhouse, they eat it up. They eat it up. Share this video one time. Hit that like button. Let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. They're on Clubhouse and they've never been to an airport in their life. What is you talking about? It's so easy to fool your fan base, Wack. So that just makes you look smart. But in reality, you can't be smart if you're making up a story like this that's full of holes. Look again. The story, it sounds good. Oh shit, you heard? Wack chased him through the terminal. That's G shit. On Pyru, you real Wack? That's what he lives for, right? But the real ones are sitting in the cut like, wait, you're telling me you chased Future in the LAX terminal of all places? Okay, Wack 100. Of course, I believe you, is what the real ones are saying. And then they walk out of the room and they say, you heard what this clown just said? You heard? He doesn't even know that I know Sierra. I'm going to call Sierra and ask if this even happened. He doesn't even realize how much of a clown he looks like. What rappers fuck with Wack 100? I'll wait. What rappers mess with Wack 100? Take your time. Take your time. I repeat, what rappers mess with Wack 100 other than the game? Other than the game, Blueface. Yeah, because he manages Blueface. You know what I'm saying? Name some lit rappers. Gucci Man, this one, that one. Whoever the chat room names does not mess with Wack 100. Ask yourself why the industry is small. Ask yourself why the industry is small. Everybody knows each other. Why don't they mess with Wack? They proved it. He was Suge's sidekick. They wouldn't let him in the industry. Wack continued on. He said, but it ain't hooked up. He said it wasn't hooked up to no plane when he runs down the thing. He left Sierra. They asked Wack. He left her, Wack said. He runs into the terminal, right? True story. When he runs into the terminal, he takes his phone out. He know it can only go so far. Because what you going to do? Jump onto the runway? That's a long drop down there. He throws the phone at me on speaker. All I hear is Stunna's voice. He says, Wack, it's me, Stunna. Share this video one time if you support the channel. This is your host, Mikey T, the movie star. He says, Wack, it's me, Stunna. Talk to me. I say, Stunna. Wack said, Stunna, I'm busy right now. He said, yeah. Stunna replied, yeah. I don't want you to be, nephew. What's going on? I said he owes Trick a bag. He owes a bag. He owes bro a bag. He either going to pay or he's going to get up and then he's going to pay Trick. Don't know what's happening. And he was Trick doesn't know what was happening. Wack 100 says he was in Detroit sleeping. And you know what? To that, I want to say, of course, Trick doesn't know what's happening. Wack 100 is going to go back like, hey, Trick, I ran down on Future. I took it upon myself to do that for you. Mr. Wack 100 is going to let it be known and why. But why? I didn't ask you to do that. That shit got nothing to do with you. And you expect me to believe someone threw a phone and Birdman was on the phone? I'm busy right now, Birdman. I'm handling a problem right now for Trick that has nothing to do with me. Wack, mind your own neck because you want to cut off what Future owes to Trick. You want to catch that money for Trick. You know how many dirt bags owe me bread? Tell Wack 100 to come holler at me since he wants to run around collecting people's debt. What is in it for you is the $1 million question. Oh, you want a free verse? You see the fuck shit? You see where I'm going? It's obvious what Wack 100's intentions are. To D-ride without a helmet. Shirts coming soon. Don't D-ride without a helmet. Wack 100 wants to dick ride everyone in the industry till he makes a friend. But the problem is nobody cares. Nobody asked you. Trick can handle his own problems. Trick is more gangsta than you, Wack. Everybody share this video one time. Trick is more gangsta than you, Wack. Trick is more gangster than you, Wack. What does he need you to retrieve any money for when he is more gangster than you are? Poll question, who's more gangster, Wack 100 or Trick from Detroit? Let's ask the people. What are you thinking? Because right, I'm a hater, right? They're going to be like, oh, Mikey T, you're anti-100 ENT. Mikey T, let the guy make a movie about Orlando Anderson. Baby lame. Guy wants to make a movie about the dude who shot Tupac, allegedly. Big U even had to deny this bullshit. Big U even had to deny this bullshit, you guys, because Big U's name was put in an involvement with Sierra. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. Wack 100, he got a response here from Big U. Let's go over it now. Big U said, I've never been in LAX airport with Wack 100, nor did we run down on Future. Fact. I wish y'all would get it in y'all head. These people lie all day. 10% truth. 10% truth. 90% of them. I hate how no matter what someone says about Big U, it's just true. So when is the hate going to stop? I made one mistake, and that was building with a blank. And I guess you can insert however you feel about Wack 100 here, you guys. And for that, to the B's and the C's, I'm sorry. He's sorry. So Big U denied Wack 100's claims, and he apologized for ever messing with Wack 100 in the first place. G checking shorties. G checking shorties, man. Is that the new wave? That's what Wack 100 is on? That's the gangsta shit that Wack 100 is on? What gangsta do you know checks shorties? That's super tough, bro. That makes Wack 100 look lame to ever say that he said it out of his mouth that they went and G-checked Sierra. Absolutely lame. So, I want to talk about Xzibit. Xzibit made a confession as to why Dr. Dre did not sign him. Major topic right here, you guys. Major topic, man. So, The Art of Dialogue did a great interview with Xzibit. I want to give them their credit, man. Amazing interview. I was a big fan of Xzibit back in the day, ever since, back like 98, you know what I'm saying? When I really got, came to, I was about 10 years old in 98 and shit like that. Of course, he had put out his first album in 96, though. So I want to go over a little bit of this because the Art of Dialogue did a great interview with Xzibit, and I wanted to speak on something we all witnessed that has finally been explained. So X to the Z was most known for his album Restless, with the major single X on it. It dropped right around the time when everything was cooking up for the 2001 album. And a lot of people looked at Xzibit as one of the next people that were going to take off. Dr. Dre was one of the main producers on Restless. But today, I want to talk about Xzibit never signing the Aftermath. If anybody watched the video interview, if you haven't, go check it out right now. Amazing interview. But if you haven't, I want to talk about it. If anyone watched the video, you would say the answer as to why Xzibit didn't sign with Dr. Dre was Steve Rifkin. They would say he fucked it up. He asked for too much money. He wanted too much of a big cut. And thanks a lot, Steve, because now we will never know what it would have been like to have Xzibit on Aftermath. Let me sing you a classic song from DMX. It's called I've Been Eating Long Enough Now. Stop Being Greedy. Can you imagine what kind of classic shit we would have had from Dre and Xzibit? I mean, he did X, he did Bitch Please. Imagine we had a whole album that sounded like that. 5 mics in the source. Xzibit was on fire. I'm sorry, but you dropped the ball, Steve Rifkin. Sorry, I know what you did for the Wu-Tang, Loud Records, but this one was a major L. It's cool. Your resume looks good, but you messed up heavily on this one. So Xzibit actually spoke on first meeting Dr. Dre, saying he was called by Snoop Dogg, and Snoop Dogg wanted him to get on the Top Dog album on No Limit. He's like, I want you to rap on this song. Dre has the beat. He's over at the studio. I went to the studio and he played the beat, and I wrote my shit in 15 minutes and spit it. When you get on a Dre beat, you guys, it's really not going to be that hard. You know what I mean? Usually these guys are going to go in there and spit that shit. You know what I mean? The beats knock. Dre was very impressed with what he did on Bitch Please 2. Or excuse me, Bitch Please 1, because he was on the sequel as well. I think Dre must have heard Paparazzi. I think he heard 3 Card Molly. I think he heard the shit that you did before, though, Xzibit. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was like, we got to sign this guy. He heard Paparazzi and 3 Card Molly and said, what the fuck? Who is this guy that doesn't even spell his name correctly? Should I tell him he spelled his name wrong? Nah, let it rock. He probably really thinks his name is spelled like that. Fuck it. Let him rock it. But his manager wants that crazy ass number. He's wild. Yeah, I can't do that. I got M. I got Snoop. I got a lot of mouths to feed, but he wants Jay-Z numbers. But he's not on Jay-Z's level. No disrespect. The sad part is Xzibit probably didn't even know. The guy was pissed, like, you asked for that much? Why? Just because you assumed he's got it? That's a bad way of negotiating. Again, you're watching the Mikey T, the Movie Star podcast. If you want to see more classic hip hop stories like this, put it in the comments section. I read the comments, you guys. Make sure you share this video and hit the like button. The guy was pissed. Like, why'd you ask for that much? I imagine just because you assume someone's got it. That's a bad way of negotiating. That's like saying, yo, my man's, he's rich. He's got mad money. Let's tell him this Fendi sweater costs 3 times the amount just to jerk him. Homie's got plenty bread, you know? He's going to pay 3 times what it's worth. But he doesn't really know that my guy knows everything when it comes to fashion. And he won't pay. My guy won't pay 3 times what it's worth. Just like Dr. Dre, who realizes he realizes Xzibit's not proven yet. You know what I mean? I'm going to make him a star just like Eminem. I see what he did with the Alcoholics, but I can take him to a different level for the right price. The price he is asking, I might as well sign Nas. Okay, Steve Rifkin, I want to put this helmet on while you beat me in the head. You think I was born last night? You know how many people tried to jerk me? You know how many people tried to jerk Dr. Dre? That's the fucked up part because it could have made history, but now it's all a mystery. What would it have been if Xzibit signed with the Math? What would Xzibit have been like on Aftermath Records? How come we saw him? The people were saying, how come we saw him on the Up in Smoke tour and we never saw him again? It was a perfect fit. The people were probably thinking, what do they have, beef? You know what I mean? What do they have, beef? Who cares? Even if he signed him for a small sum like 100K, who gives a fuck about the money? You're with the strongest team at this point. Snoop, Dre, what would go on to be 50, G Unit, all these people. M even says, even if he says I'm not going to give you an advance, just sign off the strength. If you think the Chronic was a classic album, Dre's probably going to be able to make you a classic album. Let me make a Chronic for you. Xzibit would have said, sign me up. Where do I sign, Dre? Xzibit, I believe, would have did that for Dre, for himself. You know, Dre was like, what? What? You know how many artists have come to sign to me and you ask for this much? I have a great relationship with Nas. He could have went back to Compton. Literally, Dre could have went back to Compton and signed all the Suge's little homies, all the Snoop's little homies, all the extra dudes from the East Siders, Trey D, Goldie Loke. He could have did all of that. People over there are literally begging, you know what I mean? Begging Dr. Dre and asking him to do things. And, you know, like they just had an opportunity to mesh so much together. You know, and I want to ask people, Xzibit said, once we did the Chronic 2001, it was like, we got to get you over here. And so that didn't pan out. He was still willing to produce music for me, which was a huge accomplishment. And I'm always going to be grateful to Dre. Let me ask y'all something. I want y'all to comment down a little bit. Comment down, buddy. Tell me, I want you to name for me 5 people. I want you to name 5 people that Dre produced beats for that he doesn't respect, that he doesn't like. Name them. Matter of fact. I'm going to make it easy. Name two. Name two people Dre produced beats for that he doesn't even like. There are none. There are none. Dre is only giving you a beat if he respects you as an artist. He is only giving you a beat if he respects your pen game. Dre will turn down money. Oh, you want a Dre beat? Well, there's none for sale. I would give you something, but I'm not working on nothing. Dre's going to give you the runaround because he probably doesn't want to just tell you your bars are trash. My beat won't even help you. Well, it probably will. And you guys can keep thinking, didn't Dre give this guy a beat? Well, it was because somebody was his man's. Do you want to know who gets Dr. Dre beats? Snoop Dogg. Nobody else. Nobody. That's right. I'm going to Keith Sweat on you. Nobody. Oh, Kendrick Lamar, right? You might say Kendrick Lamar for the slick guys in the comments. He got him dumb late. We're talking mad late. And again, respects to Kendrick. You know what I mean? Respect to Kendrick's pen. Guys like J. Cole, he respects them. Who else? I'll wait. Nas, you know, unless they're on his album or a Death Row album, you know what I'm talking about? Like Lady of Rage, right there. That's self explanatory. Someone in the comments is going to say Lady of Rage. Someone's going to say Lady Rage. Y'all are comedy. Let's be real. Dre is not giving you a beat if he doesn't like you. Because guess what? He doesn't have to listen to Suge Knight anymore. Suge can't tell him to do this because I said he's his own boss now. Suge can't tell me to do shit. I'm my own boss. Those days are over. And now he's giving his beats to people that he fucked with, which is Snoop Dogg. The end. And even that, if you notice, the game is this to be sold, not to be told. I'm thinking Snoop is on that No Limit, but Dre is his homie, right? This is going to be some shit. A whole bunch of beats. A whole bunch of beats by the pound were on there, though. Maybe 1 to 2 Dr. Dre beats. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what happened? Dre became a businessman. Now it's not all about studio rat Dre. Dre perfected his craft. He's got to be careful. Not just anyone can touch his shit. Because then it's going to be like what we said about Cormega's album. Dre protects his legacy. It eats him alive. He said it. He said it. He said it on the album. He said, motherfucker saying Dre fell off. How? My last album was The Chronic. The Rumors. Dre, the Aftermath album. I got to bring it up. It had a barcode. It was a store purchase. It was an album. I get why he said the lyric. They said Dre fell off. How? My last album was The Chronic. There was an album in between, technically. Now, if you're asking for a pass on that one, we gave you the pass on that one. A lot of people forgot about it. The Aftermath presents who? Snoop Dogg isn't on this shit? What the fuck is this? I respect what Dre was trying to do, and I know everybody remembers this. I know everybody remembers this when you went out and you saw that album in the stores. You know, Xzibit started, I want to speak a little bit on Xzibit's work with Dre and his career overall. Xzibit started with his first album At the Speed of Light in 96. He also followed it up with 40 Days and 40 Nights in 98, both under Loud and RCA. And then he got his first chance to work with Dr. Dre in 2000 on his own album, Restless, on his third album, Restless. The next Xzibit album, people were sure hyped for, but not really knowing the behind the scenes relationship so much back then with a lack of internet. People didn't really know much about Man vs. Machine. People really didn't know much about Man vs. Machine. They were kind of thinking, okay, it looks like Xzibit is rocking. It looks like Xzibit is actually rocking. It looks like Xzibit is actually rocking with Aftermath, Snoop, Eminem, and it actually carried over a little bit because there were a few Dre beats left over, it seems. There were still some Dre beats on there, is what I'm saying. Unlike years later, when we looked at the Doctor's Advocate, months and months and months of wondering if Dre would be on the album, right? And then he wasn't. The album was called The Doctor's Advocate. We were all pretty much tricked. We were all pretty much duped into believing that the game was going to be working with Dr. Dre on this album. And we looked at the Man vs. the Machine album following Restless, and we didn't know as much because the internet world wasn't all the way there. We didn't really know too much about the relationship with Dre and Xzibit other than they made great music together from the Restless album, from the Chronic 2001. So really that album, I believe Man vs. Machine came out in 2002. So unlike years later, as I said, when we looked at the Doctor's Advocate, months and months of wondering if Dre would be on the album, he wasn't. But Dre was on Man vs. Machine. That would be the last time we heard Xzibit work with Dre for a few albums. In 2004, the Weapons of Mass Destruction dropped with no Dr. Dre production. Mind you, Man vs. Machine was 2004. Full Circle then dropped in 2006. So we're getting the Xzibit album every 2 years. It's not a yearly cycle. And there was also no Dr. Dre on Full Circle. Jelly Roll is on there heavy, though we would not get another Xzibit record with Dr. Dre for 6 years. And it dropped on his own album, on his own label, Open Bar. The album was Napalm, dropped in 2012, and there's a Dr. Dre cut on there with Xzibit called Louis the 13th. If anybody wants to check out their most recent record, it was in 2012. Something else from the interview actually caught my eye. Because of the fact that they mentioned how seemingly Steve Rifkin wanted a certain amount of money. It kind of reminded me of when 50 Cent was going to sign Mace. If you guys remember, 50 Cent was going to sign Mace, but then Diddy would never secure the deal, basically stating that they wanted $2 million to secure a record deal with Mace and Betha. Me personally, I feel like that was a really good deal to be able to release all the line of Mace products that you wanted under G Unit. I really felt like that deal would have been able to, 50 would have been able to take his relationship with Mace and go on to get a 20 or $30 million deal with another record company. So I feel like that was a majorly missed opportunity. So that's really what I wanted to say on that situation. We were wondering for a while what was going on with Xzibit and Aftermath, why that signing never happened. Snoop Dogg was not necessarily signed to Aftermath, but he always had a close relationship with Dre. And I really like the fact that it seems like Dre and Snoop have come back together in these later years, because that's how I always seen it. So I wanted to talk about this Nas news, you guys. They're saying that it's being reported that Nas's Calabasas home was robbed while he was in New York. So that actually dispels the rumors that he was there and was stuck up in person. It wasn't a home invasion, that he was actually at the residence of at the time. He was actually at his King's Disease 3 release party. I don't know the location, but he was not at his home. And this is what the people do. You know what I'm saying? They target rappers. They wait for artists to go to the award shows, and they know that no one is going to be there, and they target them, you guys. They target them. You know what I'm saying? So, this has happened. This has been happening to rappers for quite some time now. It's been happening to rappers for quite some time now. And apparently they said that they took 2 bags. They tore the whole place apart. Everybody's reporting on this. TMZ reported on this. And they took 2 bags like a bunch of losers. Like, wow, you need Jordan sneakers or something? Like, you can't buy your own clothing? The damage you cost vandalizing the home is more than the items that you even took. So what the fuck? Like, do me a favor, all of you tough guys. I can't stand y'all home burglary motherfuckers. Queen Latifah is more gangster than you dudes robbing houses. I've got 5 different security alarms, right? 5 different companies. Most got 1. I got 5. ADT, I got Brinks. Yeah, Brinks, the armor truck. I got 5 alarm system. Sloman Shield, Arlo. Do I need to keep going? Do I need to keep going? Now, Nas is doing really well right now. King's Disease 3 is out, and I'm actually going to be doing a review on it this week with my guy Darren. Darren, is joining me for the review this week of King's Disease 3. If you guys have any other albums or anything, films, albums, hit it in the comment section. Let me know what you want to see. Nas is doing really well right now, though, guys. You know what I mean? He's doing well outside of music. He's actually doing well inside of music. King's Disease 3 is a hit. So stay tuned for my reviews. Nas is really enjoying some much deserved time to shine based on his original craft. So law enforcement sources broke the news to TMZ, revealing that the break-in took place around 8:30 p.m. last night. It's been noted that the criminals seemingly smashed a rear door, allowing them entry into the rapper's luxury home. They smashed a rear door, but guess who saw you while you smashed a rear door? His security team saw you on the Ring camera. So nice move, Ace. Security saw you on the Ring camera. Way to go, buddy. Now, when the 2 guys were leaving, we're told that the crew saw them and they called the cops. By the time the officers arrived, the 2 dudes were long gone. Nas wasn't home. He was in NYC for an album release party. Nobody was at the house either, it seems. And we're told Nas is still out of town and still he has to come back and do a proper inventory of what items were stolen. This is a really unfortunate situation. You know what I mean? You think if you get to a point in your career where you're going to move your family, your loved ones to an area in California like Calabasas, you know what I mean? This is an area where the people like the Kardashians live. You know what I mean? This is a really, really different type of area where you would think you're getting your family out of harm's way. But it's not always the case, you guys. That is not always the case. Trouble can always follow you. You know what I mean? Trouble can always follow you. And even though Nas right now is enjoying a career height, you know what I mean? Even though he's enjoying the height of his career, it just shows you the shit that can go on in the background. Because of the fact that Nas is so publicly well known, shit like this gets reported on, even if he wasn't there at the home. He was all the way in New York. And then on the whole other side of the United States, he was getting his property broken into. And like I said, probably some of the vandalization of the property is worth more than even what they took. But we'll have to wait to hear more on that. Very unfortunate what happened to Nas here, like I said, while he's riding a high in his career. While he's riding such a high in his career, you guys. Really unfortunate that he has to go through this. Appreciate everybody tapping in. If y'all want to hit me with any open questions, I always do open questions at the end of my streams. You guys. If anybody wants to shoot a question in, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you're not, subscribe right now. Hit that notification bell so you never miss one of my live videos. Definitely enjoyed coming on here tonight and speaking with everybody. Definitely, I always love coming on and speaking to everybody in the chat. If you don't know what you're watching, this is the Mikey T, the Movie Star podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Going to be going on Anchor, Apple, Spotify, all that shit in the very near future, man. Going to be on all the hottest platforms, man. I want everybody in here to follow me on the gram as well. You can click the link in the description. That's right. Everybody that follows me at Mikey T _ the movie star based on this video, I will follow you guys back. All you got to do is write me a comment and be like, yo, Mikey T, I was watching your video on Nas or your video on Trick and Wack 100. Just let me know what it is, and I'm going to follow y'all back. That's right. We're on a new wave. I'm actually rolling up some Irish Cannonball right now, man. We got a whole bunch of new interviews coming. Milk is going to be joining me on the channel very soon. I'm going to have Milk on here to talk about a lot of the recent stuff in the industry. You know, last time I had him on the channel, we went over a lot of the way he got into the game, different stuff like that. You know, but I'm looking forward to having another conversation with him. I'm rolling up this Irish Cannonball right now. Hope everybody enjoyed the stream. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I do all types of hip hop news. Like I said, if there's any open questions, I always take some open questions. If y'all want to super chat, if you super chat in the middle of a video, I will always stop the video to answer your super chat questions. That's pretty much how you can take over the video. You can take over the channel if you send in a super chat, and I will answer whatever question you have to ask. Kush in the air, okay. Okay, hit that like button. What up, what up, what up? Let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. Let me know what city and state everybody in here is tapping in from, man. Definitely appreciate all the love tonight. Hope everybody enjoys the video, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not. Make sure you follow me on the gram if you're not already, man. I'll be back for another episode. I usually come on every single day to go over the news of hip hop, man. There's not a day goes by when I don't jump on here and talk about hip hop. Sometimes I actually review albums. Sometimes I actually will go over old interviews that I've done. Buffalo, New York, what up, what up, what up? West Virginia, what's happening? West Virginia, what's good? Buffalo, New York. We got Harlem, 147th Street. Appreciate you tapping in, G's. Appreciate you, man. Columbus, Ohio in this bitch. Everybody let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. Don't be afraid to put it in the chat right now. I'm about to light up this Irish Cannonball. Y'all know what I'm on? Y'all know what I'm on right now? Look at that shit, 26%. You know, I'm on that good gas. Had to come on here and talk about Wack 100. Okay, for some of the people that came in late, let me actually repeat. Trick responded to Wack 100. He said, WTF. What the fuck? Question mark, hypothesis, question mark, hypothesis, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. Man, this is Trick responding to all the accusations Wack 100 is putting out there. Man, I swear at least once a week, I wake up to a good ass laugh on these bullshit social media platforms. The real world is a beautiful place, people. You should try it sometimes. That's what Trick had to say in regard to all these rumors. The real world is a beautiful place. Okay. E3rd. Wack 100 just got E3rd by those two sentences. Because Wack 100, you guys, doesn't live in the real world. He has a very creative imagination, and he explores it on Clubhouse. And Trick, who lives in the real world, gave him a real response. And now we're going to get into it. And how about no one believes you ran down on anyone in the airport terminal? Trick should have put a yawning emoji. Like, I'm tired of these motherfuckers yawning. Yawn at them. I'm tired of these motherfuckers. Ah! Even if it did happen, Trick would have responded back like facts. Put up one of those little 100 emojis. Said something to Wack like these dudes don't know what they're talking about at Wack 100. Because Trick is a G, y'all. And he doesn't care about any rapper's feelings. So again, if that story was true, it would have been confirmed. And you know what? It also would have been confirmed by thousands of people in the terminal. It would have been confirmed by the thousands of people, hundreds of people walking through the terminal that day that are rap fans, that listen to music. Like, yo, I was in the airport that day at 11:52 a.m. when he was chasing him, and I saw Future running. It would have been confirmed by someone in the airport looking to make a name for themselves. Somebody that said, like, no, Wack 100 is not lying. This really happened. But nope. Nobody is saying that because Wack 100 has a creative imagination. And for everybody wondering, like out there, like, yo, Mikey T, do you think Future's going to respond to this? Hell no. You think Future is on the same level as Wack 100? Why the fuck would he respond to that? Definitely not. Future's going to leave this alone. Act like it didn't happen because it didn't happen. Why would he refute something that never occurred in the first place? It's actually not even worth a response. You know what I mean? With all the cell phone cameras, you're telling me nobody recorded it? If it happened, it would have been on World Star. Go search Future in the World Star tabs. Did it happen? Nope, it's not there. Does TMZ have it? Nope, it's not there. Mr. Wack 100, why didn't you reach out to TMZ with that one? You dropped the ball there. What happened? It didn't occur to you. Maybe TMZ wants this footage of me running down on Future in Terminal 5. That didn't occur to you? Shit. Even Suge Knight's wifey sold the footage that they made her pay the money back towards for 50 grand. You would have been 50 G's up. Never mind the 10 band you're chasing Future for. Why didn't that reach out? Why didn't that occur to you? Reach out to TMZ. What happened? Nope. You can't reach out to TMZ when you don't have footage of something that never happened. But anything to go viral, am I right? Oh, I'll make up a story. I ran down on Mikey T in the middle of Bridgeport while he was buying sneakers. Oh, shit. That's a crazy story. But where is the footage? What sneaker store? What sneaker store did it happen at? Give me the name. What was he buying? What day was it? I'm going to that sneaker store and I'm offering the owner $5,000 for that footage. I can't stand Mikey T. And I'm going to leak that video. Pay the owner $5,000. I mean, what does he care? He doesn't know me. He doesn't know Mikey T, but he likes money. He likes money though. Let me go get the owner, and it's as easy as that. That's someone's, you know what I mean? That's how someone's cap can be verified. Wack 100, he does a lot of walking, marathon walking. Which is a lot of bullshit. So yeah, what is there to respond to? If Future is probably like, I'm making hits. The man's name is Wack. The man's name is Wack. What kind of a corny dude names himself Wack? What the hell made you change your name? Like, why? You should have stuck with Cash Jones. You know, when something is whack, like, bro, Hassan Campbell wears Team Jordans. Them shits are whack. Whack is used to describe things that are corny. Why would you name yourself that? You naming yourself that is beyond me. Is this reverse psychology? Is whack supposed to mean fresh? Why don't you name yourself Fresh 100? Let me guess. How original. The 100 stands for how you keep it 100. A whack person can't keep it 100. How is a whack person supposed to keep it 100? They can't. They're literally whack. And if a whack person keeps it 100, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you keep it whack 100, you're whack. Nobody is gonna believe. Like your name says it all. Who's gonna want to work with somebody that calls themselves Whack 100? The name is hurting you more than it's helping you. Let's just leave it at that. You should have stuck with Cash Jones. People, honestly, they would have taken you more serious. You know what I mean? They would have been like, he is just using his name and he put the cash in front of it. The dude is about his money. Okay, whatever, man. So Wag said Future owed Trick some money. So Future owes Trick some money. So me, Trick, and Big U was real close at the time, Wax says, right? Future owed bro some money, all right? And Trick is in Detroit. Trick is in Detroit. Now look at this. Future owes Trick money. Great. That's just great. I'm just figuring out how Whack gets involved. You know, that sounds like a personal problem. Go ahead, Mr. Extortion Gang. Whack 100. I'm just trying to figure out how he actually got involved. I'm just trying to figure out how he actually got involved in this one. You know, feel free to fill me in. Feel free to fill me in the chat. So Wax said, me and Big U was on a red-eye flight to ATL. We was coming through LAX. We're coming through the security, putting our bag through the thing, and who do we see on the other side? Future and the girl with the football player, his baby mama. We see Future and Sierra, and I say, bro, is that who I think it is? He looked. I said, hey, you take the bitch, I'll take him. This is where I lost respect for Whack. You know what I mean? There was the whole thing where he got called out for filming booty naked when he was on Clubhouse, and that was really, really, really strange. But this actually coming out and saying you told Big U to go check the girl, like, I lost a lot of respect for Whack right there, man. Like, it's like, wow, you take Sierra, really? To Big U. He says, you take Sierra to Big U, and he says this, and I'll take him. Did you guys hear it? Whack 100 said to Big U when he saw Future, you take the bitch, I'll take him. Why don't you take the bitch, Whack? Why don't you take the bitch is the $1 million question. Maybe because you have no game. Maybe you're more concerned with extorting somebody than getting some buns. Let's just call it how it is. Sierra? You're acting like Sierra. You don't know Sierra. You're acting like she's not hot or something. I ain't never loved nobody. I'd have her singing me that shit all night. You'd rather have Future saying Molly Percocets. Whack, I ain't giving you shit. Whack, eat a dick. Molly Percocet. Remix. That's what you want. That's what you want Future to sing you. While Big U is with Sierra. I've been knowing you was kind of sus. You're always around guys. Look how the guy dresses. Literally, just learned to dress last week. The guy just learned how to dress like last week, and you can tell. You know what I mean? Like Wack, his homies are probably like, yo, Wack, you got to start dressing flyer, man. You're always wearing sweatsuits. Wack, you gotta step it up. But anyways, he says, you take the bitch. He says, I say, hey, homie, you got the money for Trick. He takes off running. I'm chasing the dude on the dead homies through the Delta, and he runs into the terminal. He says, I'm chasing Future through the Delta, and Future is running through the Delta terminal. Wack 100 is full of shit. Fuck this whole story. This story is deaded ASAP. This is LAX, the LAX airport, one of the biggest airports. It's swamped with security, you guys. You're not allowed to run in the airport. You think of lies, you think of ways to make up these stories, but you don't ever try to make them believable. If anybody, if a grown ass man, Future and Wack 100, were running in the airport, putting on a scene like this, they would have both been arrested. They would have been like, what's the problem? Who are you running from? Is there a threat? TSA would have been on both their asses, so please shut up. Little kids can't even run in the airport. What is wrong with you? Miss, are those your children? They're not allowed to run here. Check your children, miss. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, officer. She's only 5 years old. I don't care. Keep your kids under control. You're not allowed to run in the airport. It is not permitted. You might get a fine or arrested for doing that. You ran down on someone in an airport terminal. When is your Walt Disney book coming out? This is some good ass storytelling, y'all. I hope everybody enjoyed the blog today, man. Hope everybody enjoyed the blog today, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Mikey T, the movie star. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe right now. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.